Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Virtual World Austria 2022, Martine Fierze. Austria is the land of classical music. The composer Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, 1756 to 1791, is certainly one of the most famous Austrians. He caused a stir early on as a child prodigy. As a musician, Mozart worked on almost all musical genres: symphonies, concerts, sonatas, string quartets, and later also operas. His best-known pieces include the violin concertos, the Coronation Mass, the Jupiter Symphony, and among the operas, the Magic Flute, the first German great opera. Nowadays, also in Austria, the most famous musician for pop music was Falco, born 1957, who passed away in 1998. His title, Rock Me Amadeus, reached the top of the US Billboard chart as the only German-language song to date. Today, his songs are still played very often on the radio or in clubs. In my styling, I put Falco with his outfit for Rock Me Amadeus, as well as Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. I'm wearing a coat like it. It was worn back then in red, as well as trousers in cream and white stockings. Well-known designer for costumes and clothes maker is Doris Berger. You can read a report about her on the website of Haute Couture Austria Award 2021.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome next Miss Virtual World Germany 2022, Anna Leiken. Germany's music history started with great classic composers such as Bach, Brahms, Beethoven, just to name the most famous. Modern music started to evolve only after World War II, and at first was strongly influenced by British and American pop and rock music. When the American phenomenon of rock music hit the scene, Germans got enthusiastic about it and adapted it, the various styles. With the beginning of the 70s, however, a new independent genre evolved in German singer-songwriters sang a German type of ballads, so-called Schlager. In the early 80s, a second genre emerged called Neue Deutsche Welle. Suddenly, German rock songs were being sung everywhere, and German bands found amazing success in the charts. My outfit represents a combination of elements from these three different years, genres and favorite singer-songwriters and bands. The transparent futuristic jacket from R2 is a homage to Kraftwerk, famous for the futuristic geometrically patterned outfits. Helene Fischer inspired the choice of the bra with a similar bra she wore on one of her famous concerts. The modern influence of techno and hip-hop into the rave fashion style in Germany is represented by the colorful pants from Bakabu, supplemented with sneakers with neon stripes. The holdable Walkman in form of a cassette, though, is a symbol for the time Neue Deutsche Welle was all over the charts and their songs were recorded from analog radios millions of times on cassettes.
Ladies and gentlemen, next we welcome Miss Virtual World Italy, Fortis 41. Italy and music. I can't really say that there is a particular genre that defines Italian music. Italy has a history of some great composers of operas such as Giuseppe Verdi, Gioacchino Rossini, or Giacomo Puccini, whose compositions are still staged all over the world. We have modern singers, some famous even abroad, such as Laura Pausini and Eros Ramazzotti, among some. They bring Italian music around the world, and a series of electronic music producers, including Giuseppe Ottaviani, also known worldwide. For my outfit tonight, I was inspired by both genres, a skirt that recalls an opera singer, and at the top, a modern vision with a bra and a jacket that recalled the style of Pausini. Simple, but effective, and I chose gold as a color because it is a color that does not go unnoticed and remains in the mind like a song is not forgotten. Ladies and gentlemen, on stage now is Miss Virtual World Puerto Rico 2022, Cristia Galicia. The music best known to represent Puerto Rico would be salsa. Bringing together my outfit, I took inspiration from pop, R&B, and hip-hop culture, such as Ivy Queen, Cardi B, Joseline Hernandez, Rihanna, and so many more artists with roots in the Caribbean. These iconic artists have molded salsa fashion into a higher fashion culture. With one shoulder Dominique topped by Liz, I chose to keep with the traditional style of fabric wrapping, yet with a more modern and stylish touch of adding a black transparent skirt by D-Ram and gold buckles. Salsa dancers are flamboyant with their movements, so I added my blueberry leather tight leggings underneath for more daring appeal than the classic stockings. Hats are always will be huge in Puerto Rico, so I could not pass by this sharp and elegant hat by My Bags by Mila. Creating this ensemble ready to dance salsa, walk the runway, or be the star of my own music video, I bring to you music in fashion from Puerto Rico.
Ladies and gentlemen, next we welcome Miss Russia 2022, Angelinka Nega. Russian music covers the musical culture of the Russian state from ancient Rus to the present day. In ancient times, singing and music were part of the performance of rituals. Russia is rich in traditions of folk music. Glinka, the founder of Russian classical music, laid the foundation for Russian national opera. The pinnacle of Russian classical music is Tchaikovsky, the creator of the highest examples of opera. Music illustrates the influence on fashion and inspired Miss Russia to create the image of a singer of a modern song genre with elements of Russian folk style, where bright colors and constructivism dominate as a mixture of modernity and folklore. Dressed in a luxurious scarf with traditional patterns, an openwork blouse and shoes with elements of musical staff emphasize the singer's all-around musical direction.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome our final candidate, Miss Virtual World USA 2022, Ms. Sapphire. Music history of the United States includes many styles of folk, popular, and classical music. Some of the best-known genres of American music are blues, jazz, rock and roll, R&B, hip-hop, house, and country. Fashion and music have had a tight relationship for eras in the USA. A large number of talented artists have influenced fashion and created their own clothing lines. The USA and music fashion is represented throughout my outfit. The white feathers represent the American bald eagle that has been the national bird of the United States since 1782. At the MTV 2020 VMAs, Lady Gaga wore a Valentino Fall 2020 Haute Couture ostrich feather coat and white 9-inch boots like the red boots in my outfit from Zuey. Other musicians were Cher, Liberace, and Elton John. The blue diamond ring on my right hand can be seen on many musicians. Marilyn Monroe sung "Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend." Also, the white glove on my right hand is my tribute to the king of pop, Michael Jackson. Hairstyles and music have made an impact on style in the USA from the 1900s to today's mohawk that started in the 80s with heavy metal rock bands. Here, one of Patti LaBelle's songs, New Attitude, I'm feeling good from my head to my shoes.
For this round, the ladies were asked to remake a formal gown of their own choosing into a high fashion look representative of their country without a folklore look. We asked the candidates to answer the following question. What is the most important lesson you've learned in your life, and how would you apply it to your time as Miss Virtual World? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Miss Austria 2022, Martina Firze. Miss Austria gives us this answer to the question. The most important lesson I've learned in my life is taking responsibility. In real life, I had to learn to take responsibility. At a time, I was a project manager in a management consultancy. I was responsible for drawing up the liquidity and business plans. I was responsible for the entire process, and I had to distribute the individual tasks. And I also had to take full responsibility for the work that was carried out by the employees. I was also responsible for mistakes made by the employees, and I was responsible for the projects. I would apply the responsibility to my time as Miss Virtual World as follows. Since I'm used to taking responsibility for my actions and the actions of others, as Miss Virtual World, I would of course also take responsibility in public to present myself in such a way that I always look perfect and sell me well. I would also take responsibility for Basel in that when I'm allowed to present for Basel.
Next, we welcome back Miss Virtual World Germany 2022, Anno Lenken. Miss Germany gave us the answer to the question. The most important lecture I have learned in my life is, don't compare yourself with others, but with how you've been yesterday. People tend to compare themselves quite a lot with those who are better. Sometimes these comparisons can be helpful. They can give you a blueprint for improvement and inspire you to change. Other times, they can be a means to pick yourself apart and see everything that you think is wrong with yourself. If I look at this contest and the fantastic stylings I have seen, I ask myself many, many times, why did you not have such a good idea? These kinds of thoughts are not helpful, staying motivated throughout the challenges while I was striving for creativity and trying to think out of the box. When we compare ourselves to others, we focus on their strengths and achievements and ignore our own. So the important lesson here is to get aware about your own unique talents and skills and qualities. Breaking free from comparison is not a linear journey. There are bumps in the road, moments of insecurity and doubt. But keep looking up, looking at where I've been yesterday, and what I have learned and achieved since then gives you a positive attitude towards yourself, self-confidence, and the will to keep going. As Miss Virtual World, it is even more important not to compare yourself with others, or even worse, to copy them, but to stay confident, unique, focused on your own talents, with the will to keep up learning, improving, and growing, and with that to stay who you are.
Now we have back with us Miss Italy, Miss Virtual World Italy 2022, Vortice 41. Miss Italy gave us this response to the question. Shyness can be a bad thing, and in my life, I had to deal with it. I've always been afraid of my shadow, and growing up, I had to fight with this characteristic. I learned that by doing nothing, because I thought I was not capable, would not have made me a woman, or made me the woman I am now. So over time, and with a lot of patience and hidden tears, I tried to build up my courage and face the various challenges that life presented me. Sometimes I was successful, sometimes I was not. So if I have the honor to become Miss Virtual World, I can put aside the insecurities and fears and face the challenges in the coming years as best I can.
Please welcome back to the stage Miss Virtual World Puerto Rico 2022, Cristia Galicia. Miss Puerto Rico gave us the response to our question. My most important lesson I have learned in life is that you will always encounter people who have more experience than you. However, this shouldn't stop you from trying your best at something new. They too tried and in time succeeded, but most importantly found their passion. Learning from people with experience in fashion, photography, and creating has helped me to grow and dive into the vast world of Basel. These qualities I have gained, I would apply to my role as Miss Virtual World as an example to others in various ways, so to further encourage, guide, and mentor those desiring to pursue adventures, goals, or careers with Basel and their affiliates.
Now we welcome once again Miss Russia, Miss Virtual World Russia 2022, Angelinka. Miss Russia had this response to our question. Finding yourself, your hobby and destination is the most important lesson in life for Miss Russia. A hobby that makes your life better when you find an interesting activity that you are crazy about that captivates you. Every day becomes a gift. If you haven't found your favorite activity yet, set yourself a goal to do it. Live your life interesting. Miss Russia considers her mission to be her ability to inspire and guide others to discover their own capabilities. During her reign as Miss Virtual World, Miss Russia, by her example, would show her passion for an interesting business, would become a guiding star for those who are in search of themselves. And like the beautiful swan princess from the fairy tale of the Russian poet Pushkin, brighter than the sun at noon, she outshines the midnight moon. In her braids a crescent beams, on her brow a bright star gleams. She herself is sweet of face, full of majesty and grace. When she speaks, her sweet voice seems like the flow of tinkling streams.
And please welcome back to the stage Miss Virtual World USA 2022, Ms. Sapphire. Miss USA gave us this response to our question. The most important lesson I've learned in my life is to believe in myself. Believing in yourself is very important in the first steps to succeed as Miss Virtual World. You have the confidence to follow through with your reign as Miss Virtual World and the ability to enlighten others.